Good morning, dear students. Today I am going to discuss about the third essential element of the valid contract, that is regarding consideration. Consideration is also one of the essential element of the valid contract. It is defined as some interest, profit, or benefit accruing one party for some forbearance, determinant loss, responsibility given, suffered, or undertaken by the other. By going through the definition, we are not able to understand anything. So, what is a interest or profit or benefit? If we are going to sell something, then we will in return after sale we will get benefit by receiving the consideration amount for a sale. So that is called interest, profit or benefit accruing by one party. Who is going to sell something will get a benefit by receiving the consideration amount. So that is called as a consideration. I already explained in general meaning that giving something and getting something is called consideration. Today we go through the what are the various legal rules attached for the consideration. First one is consideration must move at the desire of the promiser. So I already explained in a contract there are two parties, one is called as a promiser and another one is called as a promisee. So usually consideration will be decided by the promisee himself. He will fix the price for his goods. So that's why it is called as a consideration must move at the desire of the promiser. Then second one is sometime it may move by the promisee or any other person. Sometime it cannot be always fixed by the promiser himself. Sometime it may be decided by the promisee or any other person. Any other person means agent of the promisee or agent of the promiser also it can be decided in a contract. Then third one, consideration may be past, present or future. Any person received an amount for the past services rendered, then it is called as a past consideration. If today one person rendered the service and today only he is getting his salary or wages, then it is called as a present consideration. But one person received the advance for the future work, then it is called as a future consideration. So that's why consideration may be past, present, or future. Fourth one, consideration may be positive or negative. Consideration means paid for doing something, then it is called positive. If the consideration is paid for doing nothing, then it is also called as a negative consideration. Sometime consideration for doing work is also called as a consideration. Consideration for not doing any work is also called as a consideration, but it must be lawful one. Then fifth one, consideration need not be adequate, it must have some value in the eyes of law. So usually always the consideration amount is not equal to the value of the goods, but it must have some value in the eyes of law. For example, one person is going to sell his 5 lakh rupees car only for 80,000, then also it is called as a valid consideration. The consideration amount need not always equal to the value of the property. Then next one is consideration must be real, not impossible or uncertain. Consideration is physically impossible. If it is not real and not having value in the eyes of law, then it is not a valid consideration. Then seventh one is consideration must not be immoral or opposed to public policy. So consideration is paid for some immoral work, then it is forbidden by law. If it is any consideration is paid for any fraudulent act, then also it is called as opposed to public policy. Consideration should not be paid for any immoral work or any immoral act or opposed to public policy. So consideration must be lawful one. Then last one is consideration must be something which the promiser is not already bound to do. Take an example, one police officer will be there. His duty is to make enquiry about the offense conducted by some person. If any person after already the police duty is to conduct an inquiry regarding the offense. If some person is going to give the bribe in order to conduct the inquiry very fast, then it is not a valid consideration, because police officer or police is already bound to do his work. For anything extra paid amount is called as a bribe, then it is not valid according to law. So the consideration must be something which the promiser is not already bound to do. So these are essential elements of the valid consideration.